𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲 is one of the top immigration law firms in the USA. 100 officers, including law clerks and case managers, work in different departments under the supervision of attorney 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲 and other associate attorneys in the United States. The success rate of 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲 is over 99% in fulfilling the dream of people from other parts of the world. Family-based, employment-based, asylum, and green card-related services are available under one umbrella in 𝗟𝗟𝘃𝗲. In addition, this law firm is one of the best in the United States for obtaining services related to NIW, Writ of Mandamus, and student visas. The headquarters of 𝗟𝗟𝘃𝗲 is in Washington, D.C., metropolitan area. We have a branch office in Atlanta, Georgia, to reach the services easily of 𝗟𝗟𝘃𝗲 to everyone living in Georgia. Besides, we have a country office in Bangladesh. The contact address and phone number are shown for any immigration-related services. You can also email info@𝗟𝗟𝘃𝗲.com. 𝗟𝗟𝘃𝗲 is your safe address for assistance and advice regarding immigration to America.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching our show today. Today is also a special show. Today, we will not answer any of your questions. We will not take any question today. Today, we will talk about Writ of Mandamus. And after our presentation of Writ of Mandamus, I will give you some quick update about some of the latest immigration news. So today, our presenter is Caitlin Moran. Kate is a terrific legal writer and legal researcher. Those who do not know that, the entire legal practice, law practice centered on legal research and writing. She is great in legal research and writing. She's our law clerk. She's great in NIW kind of cases and also Writ of Mandamus. She knows a lot about that. That's why I'm inviting her today to discuss about Writ of Mandamus. So let's welcome Caitlin Moran to talk about Writ of Mandamus. Kate, you please start.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the compliments as well. I've been very lucky to work on a lot of Writ of Mandamus cases under you, so I'm very excited to talk about it. Awesome. Did I just share screen?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I think you have to hit show screen or yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so I'll give an overview about what the Writ of Mandamus is, how does it help immigration matters, and what can you expect from the standard timeline. So the Writ of Mandamus, it's a remedy that's codified in the Mandamus Act in the U.S. Code, and it is you are filing a lawsuit in order to get a federal district court to sign off on an order for a government official or an agency to do their job, really, or to not do something as well. I have the 4 prongs that you have to meet, and mostly you have to prove that you have no other remedy available. A lot of times people will file these if they, for example, in immigration, you have a visa that's been pending for 6 months, and you need somebody to make a decision on your visa. So in the immigration context, you can file against USCIS or the State Department for action on your visa. For example, I have an H-1B visa applicant that has been waiting months for a decision. A lot of times people will get the standard response that it's in administrative processing, or they can go to make have their congressman make an inquiry on their behalf. But it's really not effective as having a Writ of Mandamus lawsuit. And once you get the mandamus, it's something the agency has to comply with. They can't ignore the order. And also you can file under the Administrative Procedure Act. You can file for undue delay. So anytime I've seen a Writ of Mandamus, you usually reference both things, the Mandamus Act and the APA. And for standard timeline, first you have to, your attorney will write a complaint on your behalf, and then they'll have to serve it to the defendants. Then the defendants have 60 days to answer the government attorney. Hopefully in this point, the government attorney will just reach out to your attorney and try to get the case worked out. Or they'll reach out to the appropriate agency because they don't really have the resources or time to defend every single mandamus action that they get. So they'll really just want the agency to make a decision on the visa. Sometimes they might ask for extensions. People might have to interview again, which can be cumbersome, but it is worth it if you do get a decision. So sometimes it can take 2 weeks for a result. Sometimes it can take up to 4 months. It just depends on all the facts of the cases, really. And this is something that somebody can do for themselves, but it's such a legal process that would really benefit you to get an attorney, honestly, to help you with this process. And so you can reach out to us, of course, to schedule a consultation. And that's really all I have. And Raju, unless you have any questions as well.
No, and I would add some frequently asked question, like a lot of misconception among people about writ of mandamus. So let me talk few common like a frequently asked questions. So a lot of time, so I am admitted in federal district court in DC and admitted also federal district court in Maryland. So sometime I use my judgment to whether file lawsuit in DC or in Maryland depending on the situation. And sometime the opposing attorneys, government attorneys, they try to transfer the case to some other venues, and a lot of time people say, so if you knew this case would be transferred to some other venue, why did you file here? So
Mhm.
and then it's kind of very hard for me to explain the venue situation, because in federal rule of civil procedure, venue is a very complex topic. And a lot of time I tell my clients, please do not ask me that kind of question, because it's very hard for me to explain the entire venue thing, because in law school they teach venue for like 2 weeks 3 weeks in a course. So I request my clients to trust your attorney, because attorneys are trained to take care of the legal matter. Venue is a very complex legal matter. Any attorney, whether they file lawsuit in DC, Maryland, or some other venue, they know what they're talking about, they know what they're doing. So please trust them. So venue is, it depends on many factors. Again, I'm not going to discuss those things in this short presentation, because you'll not understand. Like I'm talking to the client, the prospective clients, and to the public, that you'll not understand like why I filed a lawsuit in DC, or I filed a lawsuit in Maryland. Sometime I may file a lawsuit in Arizona or as California, depending on where the appropriate venue is. Venue is subject to many information. Also, another very frequently asked question is, oh, three of my other friends, they filed mandamus through you and their case has been approved. Why not me? Why my case is not approved? Again, each case is different. Each and every case is different. Anytime we file a lawsuit in federal district court, the court assign a judge. It depends on the judge. It depends on the U.S. Attorney's Office, who is the appointed U.S. Attorney. It depends on many factors. So not all case will go in the same direction. Each case is different, and sometimes like a simple very similar fact, but the outcome can be totally different depending on the situation. So that's why I tell my clients, writ of mandamus or any kind of legal procedure, it's not binary. It's not like a 1 or 0, yes or no. There's a lot of gray areas. There's a lot of we need to act depending on the situation. Anytime anything happens, then we act accordingly. That's why it is called law practice. Law and medical is called practice, because a lot of the decision we take depend on the instant situation. We cannot predict upfront. Some of our cases get approved before 60 days, before even U.S. attorney do anything, or they submit any answer or anything. So some of the cases go beyond 90 days. I think the worst case scenario in our law firm was like a 124 days after we submit case to the court. So I request my prospective clients and also our current clients, trust your attorney and let them do the legal work. And you only tell your attorney if there's any factual mistake or any factual information that you think we should be submitting, like your name is spelling, your spelling of your company, or like a joining date. How long have you been waiting for this administrative process? Those are the factual information that is your personal. If we do any mistake or any attorney do mistake, they can do that. Definitely tell your attorney. But when it comes to legal matter, please trust your attorney. Otherwise, you'll not able to understand all those complex things. Another very common question, misunderstanding is, like when we file a lawsuit in federal district court, the court issues 60 days deadline for government attorneys, U.S. attorneys to answer. And a lot of our clients and prospective clients, they misunderstand this. They think this is the 60 days by the time the government needs to process their visa or do their job. That's not true. This is just answer. Answer doesn't mean that they have to complete their work. Answer means they just need to acknowledge, and they just need to submit an answer to the court saying that, yes, we received the case. This is the situation. This is this thing. This is another common misconception. So I'm giving like an overall idea to our prospective clients how writ of mandamus goes. Another thing is, a lot of time when we submit writ of mandamus to the court, government attorneys, U.S. attorneys, they will submit a motion to dismiss.
Mm-hmm.
And then our client, they say, well, they submit the motion to dismiss, so I don't think this case doesn't have any merit. Why did you submit this case to the court? And then I need to explain them, just because government is submitting a motion to dismiss doesn't mean that this case doesn't have merit. It has merit, but this is their job. So this is another very unique situation of being a lawyer. You represent your client. So me, I am your client. I will represent you. I will try my best to protect your right in every possible way, every possible legal way. At the same time, government lawyers' duty is to protect the interest of the government. Just because they are saying something doesn't mean that is true. Just because I'm saying something that's not true. It is the judge who will decide who is right, who is wrong. And let's say we filed a lawsuit in federal district court in Maryland, and judge said, no, your case doesn't have a merit, and they dismiss the case. We can always appeal against this judgment in the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, and I'm also admitted there. So again, if the Fourth Circuit judges, they canceled the judgment of the district court, then that judgment doesn't have any value. Then it goes to the judgment of the circuit court. Exactly. And then finally, if we go to the Supreme Court, I'm not licensed to the Supreme Court yet. I'm going to apply for my Supreme Court license very soon. But I'm saying, so at the end of the day, whatever the 5 justices of Supreme Court, whatever they say, that's the final, unless some extraordinary situation arises. So these are the common legal situations. A lot of people you don't understand, and I don't expect you to understand everything, because you are not expert. Like when I go to a doctor's office, I trust my doctor because they are trained to handle my medical conditions. Similarly, I request my clients, trust your attorney. If they do any mistake, they can always fix it. And yeah, finally, if they do major mistake, you have like a remedy for that. But please do not try to understand all these things. That will not help you. So that was our today's discussion. Kate, do you want to add anything? Especially your experience when you're drafting briefs and motions to submit.
Yeah, well, I think another common misconception is that people think they'll be like punished, I guess, for filing these lawsuits, or they're like scared to file it maybe. And I don't think anyone should be scared. Like, you're not going to be punished for using the court system to your benefit. The USCIS or State Department, they're not going to blacklist you or anything. Like, if you've been waiting for a long time, you should definitely file these lawsuits. Do not be afraid to.
Exactly. A lot of people ask me the same question to me, and I said, America is the land of laws. So if you take the legal remedy, you are actually respecting American legal procedure, and which is great. Like, everybody should appreciate, and the government, they do appreciate this thing. So yeah, do not worry that whether your lawsuit will harm you in future any way. The answer is no, it will not harm in any way.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you, Kate, for joining. So before we end our discussion, I would like to go through some of the recent legal news, immigration-related news. So USCIS announces premium processing for F1 and certain STEM OPT extensions. So those who are international students staying in America studying, when you go for OPT application after completion of your degree, or go for a STEM OPT extension after your 1 year of OPT. Now there is a premium processing, and also some of the applications you can submit online. So this is really great improvement for USCIS, because submission of online is more environment friendly. Also, it will make it faster, and premium processing will also guarantee you getting EAD card faster than before. So I think this is a good move. Also, a lot of the latest update I see is about entrepreneur from a foreign country, how they can come to America and do their business. So my understanding is that USCIS is moving towards like a more flexible policy for international entrepreneurs to come to America and do their business. I think this is a great thing. Those entrepreneurs who are staying in a foreign country, if you want to take advantage of American business environment, because it's a big country, it's a huge market, it's like the largest market in the world, so you should take advantage. Also, let me talk a little bit about those recent new entrepreneur resource available on USCIS website. So USCIS website recently updated some of the policy guidelines about entrepreneur applications. So I'm not going that detail. I'm just telling that there's a new update. So those who are interested, please go to the USCIS website, especially if you search like entrepreneur resource, you will find it. Also, USCIS provides guideline on program for international, the same thing. And also another news, biometric appointments. So recently we saw that for different immigration-related purposes, you need to take biometric, that means giving fingerprints, and there's a huge backlog for that. So government recently introduced mobile biometric service. That means like a lot of private companies, they are going to participate in this process. There's a lot of people, there's a debate about whether private companies should be involved in this or not, but I think USCIS is moving towards more like a private enterprises to take your biometric. I'm pretty sure they have like a secured portal to make sure that your personal information is not breached by somebody else, but that will definitely save some of our time. So those were our today's discussion about latest immigration news. Again, thank you very much, Kate, for joining this, presenting this about Writ of Mandamus. And next Sunday, we'll come back again and talk about like some other topic. Kate, do you have any closing remarks to clients?
Just wanted to say thank you so much for having me. And prospective clients, I can't wait to work with you. It's been wonderful working for this firm. So if you have any immigration matters, I highly recommend Raju.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you.
𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲 Law is one of the top immigration law firms in the USA. 100 officers, including law clerks and case managers, work in different departments under the supervision of attorney 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲 and other associate attorneys in the United States. The success rate of 𝗟𝗏 Law is over 99% in fulfilling the dream of people from other parts of the world. Family-based, employment-based, asylum, and green card-related services are available under one umbrella in 𝗟𝗏 Law. In addition, this law firm is one of the best in the United States for obtaining services related to NIW, Writ of Mandamus, and student visas. The headquarters of 𝗟𝗏 Law is in Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. We have a branch office in Atlanta, Georgia, to reach the services easily of 𝗟𝗏 Law to everyone living in Georgia. Besides, we have a country office in Bangladesh. The contact address and phone number are shown for any immigration-related services. You can also email info@𝗟𝗏law.com. 𝗟𝗏 Law is your safe address for assistance and advice regarding immigration to America.